She says it's strictly business. The guy helping her with her film is moving into her room. I met this girl, 22, 3 weeks ago on Bumble. She is very spontaneous. The first night I saw her, she invited me over and explicitly said we weren't going to have sex. We watched 2 movies, and by the end, we definitely had sex. After getting to know her more, I've learned that we have the same ideals about relationships. We're both into monogamy and not wasting people's time. I've seen her 2 other times since then over the past month. The second time I saw her, she told me that a few months ago over Bumble, she met a film producer. She's an aspiring director, and he's moving to Toronto to work for her production company that's getting off the ground. She said he will be staying in her room, but not in her bed, and they will be working together every day on her short film approaching September. They talk on the phone every day. She bought him a watch for when he arrives, and maintains that their relationship is strictly business. When I mentioned that he might not think their relationship is all business, she acted appalled, but I don't buy it. Obviously, I think it's bullshit. Yeah, some guy you met on Bumble is leaving his province to fly here, stay in your room for months, and is not going to sleep with you. Kinda like how we weren't going to have sex on our first date, right? But the thing is, every time I see her, she keeps doing these things to show that she actually wants to be with me. She practically begs me to stay when I have to go. She tells me she thinks about me all the time. She always wants to have sex with me for hours when I go over. More recently, she said that she told her mom about me. She's been talking about wanting to be with me in the future and being by my side. If it wasn't for this guy coming to live with her, I wouldn't doubt any of what she was saying. I just really don't know what to think at this point. We've talked so much about being together over the past month. I have no reason not to believe her. But the situation is just so absurd, and she seems to live her life off the cuff. We've talked quite a bit about it, and she maintains that she's not just messing with me. She says we won't be able to sleep together at her place anymore once he arrives, and she doesn't have a car. I drive from an hour away to see her, but she says she wants things to work out with us. I'm at a bit of a loss. My friends say she's probably a master manipulator and to be careful. I'd really appreciate some opinions. Top comments. That's a lot of red flags. Literally everything is saying exacting what you were thinking, even if you ignore those. A relationship needs boundaries, and if having another man in her room for months is not okay for you, then it's not okay for you. From a boundaries point of view, you would not be going too far to stomp your foot down. It's him or you. Let her know that and see how eager she is to make alternate working arrangements to stay with you. You know what? Clearly I am uncomfortable with her having a guy in the room, and it's not unreasonable to present her with an ultimatum if that's my boundary. We aren't an item, but if she wants to keep seeing me, he can find somewhere else to stay if they're truly just going to be working together. If she tries to wiggle her way out of it, I'll just let her off the hook. She met him on a dating app. Move on, dude. This is going to mess your head up. You have only seen each other a few times once a week. Update 1. Thanks everyone for all the responses. I really appreciate the help. I'm going to be out all day, so I won't be able to keep up with the thread. But when I get back home, I will Skype her and offer an ultimatum on the working arrangements. We'll keep you posted tonight. Update 2. I just got off the phone with her. I mentioned the ultimatum, and she tried to flip it on me. In fact, she tried to flip whole situation on me many times, saying that I was confusing her, and that I didn't want her to follow her dreams, that she would choose her dream over me if she had to. I retorted that I could find a professional film producer through a legitimate avenue like Kijiji, Canadian online classified advertising website, within 5 minutes, and I had no issues with her goals, but how she was choosing to use someone from Bumble for her personal gains instead. Final update. At a certain point, she conceded the fight with a weird twist. She said that she doesn't want to hurt me because she cares about me so much, and it would be best if we didn't see each other anymore. Funny how I started the conversation by giving her the choice to figure out a new working arrangement, or I was going to leave, and then she ends up saying that she's leaving me. At all points, she was trying to guilt me, and I admit that it was severely F with my head. She even had me agreeing with her at some intervals, and I felt a little sickened by my weakness. I am relieved that I can have a clear mind again. After the final update, OP wrote this last comment when he was questioned about getting back with her if she tells him that the friend is not staying in her house. I'm not talking to her anymore, and her new friend is moving in this weekend. This is closed.